Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's service. And well, I think we still have a nice number of people attending a Sunday service, and I'm sure we will have a lot more in a few weeks as we start a Dharma School. And I'm looking forward to meeting our Dharma School students again. And then, everybody might be interested in hearing how my road trip was. So I will try to share it in my Dharma exchange session after the service with some pictures. And then last Q&R, today's Q&R, question and response. And last Q&R I conducted was probably in May. And, so it's been about 3 months. And I have a question I like to respond to today, but this question is a little bit difficult question. It said, if Dharmakara was not a historical person, why is Shakyamuni Buddha not a focal image for the Onaijin? Have you ever thought about this question before? No? Yes? So before responding to this question, there are a few words I need to explain. So, Dharmakara is the name of a bodhisattva. And bodhisattva is usually explained as the one who seeks to attain enlightenment and lead others to the enlightenment. That is bodhisattva. And now, I was reading a book written by the late Reverend Senye Inagi, a Jodo Shinshu scholar. And according to Inagi Sensei, there are three ways of interpretation of the word bodhisattva. One, the honorary title for the eminent monks who appeared in India, such as Nagarjuna and Vasubandhu. And I also heard that the Indian monks who written a treatise is called bodhisattva. And second, bodhisattva is used to express the working of the Dharma. So for instance, Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara or Kannon Bosatsu, and Mahastama Prapta or Seishi Bosatsu, they are not the historical figure, but they manifest the compassion and wisdom of Amida Buddha. And then third, those who seek for the enlightenment of the self and others. So that's the most common explanation we use. But in this case, for the Bodhisattva Dharmakara, it refers to number two. So if we try to understand Bodhisattva Dharmakara as number one, like same as Bodhisattva Nagarjuna or Vasubandhu, it will be confusing because we have to think, when Dharmakara Bodhisattva lived and so on. So there are a lot of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas appear in Mahayana Buddhism, which is bigger picture of our tradition. And their name and the working matches. So the name expresses the working of the Buddha or Bodhisattva, and the working of the Buddha or Bodhisattva is expressed in the name. So Dharmakara is the combination of the two words, Dharma and Akara, Dharma and Akara. And Dharma could be understood as truth, which we are made to live. And Akara could be understood as source or origin. So the name Dharmakara means the source or the origin of the truth. Source or the origin of the truth. Then the word we often hear is oneness or suchness. And these refers to the truth itself. So our founder, Shinran Shogin, or maybe I shouldn't point out, which one is Shinran Shogin? Left or right? Right, yeah, right. Right is Shinran Shogin, and then left is Rennyo Shogin. So, our founder, Shinran Shogin, talked about this truth in few commentaries. So let me share his word. Oh, it's too tiny. Good eye test or eye exam. From this treasure ocean of oneness, form was manifested, taking the name of Bodhisattva Dharmakara, who through establishing the unhindered vow as the cause, became Amida Buddha. For this reason, Amida is the Tathagata of fulfilled body. This is one of Shinran Shogin's commentary called Notes on One's Calling and Many Calling. And also, from this oneness was manifested form, called Dharma body as compassionate means. Taking this form, the Buddha announced the name Bhikshu Dharmakara and established the 48 great vows that surpass great conceptual understanding. And this is another commentary by Shinran Shogin, Notes on Essentials of Faith Alone. So oneness or suchness is the realm of enlightenment. And from this realm of enlightenment, which is beyond words or forms, the form is manifested. This is Bodhisattva Dharmakara. And if you say, oh, I get it, you are too smart. But there is a Chinese monk named Fa Zan from 7th century. He used the metaphor of the golden lion. So suppose there is a gold ingot, and adults know the value of the gold, right? So what do you think? If you are entrusted or if you are gifted an ingot from somebody, what do you think? Ooh, right? You are so happy, you get the gold. But a child around 2-3 years old do not know the value of the gold and do not appreciate it. So even though there is gold ingot and maybe a toy, probably 2-3 year old play with it for a little bit, but throw it and then play it, right? So we make the toy of the golden lion from the gold ingot. Then the child would be happy and say that, oh, it's a lion, so cool. So in this case, the child is receiving the toy made of the gold, or lion toy, but at the same time, the child is receiving the gold itself. Does it make sense? So the gold itself and the lion toy made of the gold has the same value. So in Buddhism, there are two paths to attain enlightenment. One is the path of sages, and the other is Pure Land Buddhism. And the path of sages receive the gold as is. And in Pure Land Buddhism, receive the toy made out of the gold. So we, human beings, ordinary beings, cannot accept something formless as precious thing. So the precious thing itself, in this case, the truth, or oneness, or suchness itself, need to take a form to reach we ordinary beings, for us to appreciate the value of the truth itself. So this is called the cause descending from the fruition. The cause descending from the fruition. To reach the ordinary being full of afflictions, such as myself, the truth itself manifested the form as Bodhisattva Dharmakara, the source of the truth. And it is taught that this Bodhisattva Dharmakara fulfilled the vow to attain Buddhahood, now working as Amida Buddha, the Buddha of infinite wisdom and compassion, the Buddha who goes beyond space and time. So now, going back to the question, Shakyamuni Buddha, Shakyamuni is the name of the historical person. The reason I highlighted with two different colors. this is also the combination of the two words. Shakya is the name of the tribe he is from. And Muni means sage, or wise person. So Buddha means the awakened one. And Shakyamuni Buddha is the awakened one, the sage of the Shakya tribe. And then you see another word, maybe not familiar with, Onaijin. Onaijin. Onaijin is the outer area, and the seating area of this main hall or hondo is called Gejin. Gejin. In kanji character, Nai means inside, and Ge means outside. So, and Jin means the space. So, Naijin, Onaijin, is the inside of the outer space, and Gejin is the outside of the outer space. And then we use O or honorifics, O, to make something respectful, sound respectful. So for Onaijin, because the Buddha and our masters are there, we call it Onaijin, but we don't call Gejin Ogejin. But I thought it's interesting. I said we use O to make sound polite, but we call our butt Oshiri. We don't call shiri. Shiri is too impolite, so we put O and call it Oshiri. I wonder why. But anyway, now finally I am going to respond to this question. But our school, what's the name of our school? Do you remember? Yes, Jodo Shinshu. Jodo Shinshu is a school founded by Shinran Shonin in the 13th century Japan. This means that we follow the guidance and understanding of our founder, Shinran Shonin. And Shinran Shonin told us Shakyamuni Buddha appeared in this world solely to teach the ocean-like primal vow of Amida Buddha. And we consider Shakyamuni Buddha as the manifested body of the Amida Buddha. So, as you see, we have two rice offerings in front of Amida Buddha. We are seeing Shakyamuni Buddha in this Amida's figure. That is why we have one for Amida Buddha, one for Shakyamuni. That is the reason we have two rice offerings in front of Amida Buddha. And as I mentioned, it doesn't mean Amida Buddha eats a lot, right? This is the reason, Shakyamuni and Amida. But, thinking about also, we could understand from the parable of the two rivers and the white path written by Master Shantao in 7th century. So Shakyamuni Buddha in this world taught us to walk the path of Nembutsu amidst the flame of anger and boundless greed. So Shakyamuni Buddha is on this shore guiding us to focus on the Amida Buddha on the other shore. And our main altar, Onaijin, is expressing the other shore of the truth itself. So instead of having Shakyamuni Buddha in the altar, we have Amida Buddha to focus on the destination we are heading toward. And then now, Dharmakara is the source of the truth itself. And truth itself manifested the form. And as it is the natural working of the magnetic field to draw iron to the magnet, it is the natural working of the truth itself to draw all beings to the truth. Now, the truth itself manifested the form, right? And then, as the iron is drawn to the magnet by the unseen power of the magnetic field, we are drawn to the truth itself by the unseen power of the primal vow of Amida Buddha, which now we can hear as Namo Amida Butsu. And now, looking at this image of magnet, of course, N stands for north, S stands for south, right? But I thought Shakyamuni Buddha works together with Namo Amida Butsu to guide us to the magnet of the truth itself. So how fortunate we are to have the guidance of Shakyamuni Buddha on this shore, and of course Shinran Shonin, and the working of Namo Amida Butsu to draw us to the truth itself. So I hope my response to the question was beneficial. And please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namma.